Hello, I'm Tanya Reese, and on Instagram, I'm known as Grandma Gets Real. I started my Instagram account 4.5 years ago as a fun project with my grandkids. They found some old Barbies in the attic, and we decided to photograph them and post it on Instagram. I started looking for realistic miniatures to use in the photos. I began building dioramas, and I had such fun making all the little sets. My husband and I would go to the swap meet. Now, swap meet's kind of like a flea market, but it's got a lot more junk. And we would go to the swap meets and dig through the boxes of junk, looking for realistic miniatures and tiny things that I could use in my photos.
Good morning from the Golden West Swap Meet. We got up early. We've been here since it was dark, and we're looking for some tiny things.
All right, $5 for the Barbie medical stuff, whatever that was.
My husband helps me do a lot of the crafting. I'm more of a collector than I am a crafter, and so he does a lot of the projects where they need something custom made, something glued. We've got a long ways to go, but that's kind of how I do it. Have an idea, start collecting the pieces. My husband helps me build out the room, and eventually I will take photos in this set. I started looking for realistic miniatures in unusual places, out in the wild, so to speak. I would use Christmas ornaments, I would use keychains, I would use magnets, and I hunted the toy aisles looking for anything tiny that I could add to my doll photos. It's fun that so many toy companies in recent years have made miniatures.
And of course, my Barbies needed Barbies, so I used the world's smallest Barbies in some of my photographs. Some of my very favorite miniatures are the Hallmark keepsake ornaments. They're so nostalgic. They're great little miniatures, and I love to use them in my dioramas.
I come up with an idea of something I want to create, and then I ponder about it for a long time. I'm very slow. From my idea to actually producing it takes me a long time, sometimes months. I came up with this idea that I wanted to do an office, and I knew I would need an office chair, so I got online and I searched for this little office chair, because the more realistic the better in my book. Then I wanted to add all the little miniatures that would make it realistic, like the computer, the office lamp, the briefcase. And then as I find little realistic miniatures that fit, I add them to my diorama. This is my favorite window in the house. I love the natural light. I use my phone and I photograph my tiny dioramas. I like my dioramas to look as realistic as possible. So I like to add bubbles to the dishes in the sink. I try to make the baking look realistic. So you gotta have flour everywhere when you're baking, right? Got my eggs, got those eggs, got the flour container, and milk. If you're gonna have milk, you better put some milk in your measuring cup. I think it makes a big difference if you add little personal touches to each room. The nursery is one of my favorite rooms. Tiny baby things are just so sweet. Miniatures really have become a pop phenomenon. Lately, there have been so many TV shows about miniatures, magazine articles about miniatures, talk shows are having miniature artists on. It's been so fun to see all of the interest in miniature. When I was growing up, there were television shows about giants and there were books about little people. And I was just fascinated with the whole idea. And maybe that's one of the reasons why I have enjoyed creating my miniature world.